Heinrich, aka Reboot, is one of the finest producers at the moment. For the past 12 months, his groove-ridden, percussive tracks and remixes have been in the maximum rotation on the dance floors worldwide, currently making him one of the most in-demand producers.
I've started my first steps in producing when I was 13, so that's 18 years now. Yeah. But I never had the idea of having something like a career as a musician, so I never did send out any demos until the guys from Freebase Records, Carsten and Bernd, did hear some of my stuff and straight away signed me. And from there on it all went very fast. But I've been producing for many, many years. Yeah. Most of the years I've been producing techno, and beginning of 2000 I was kind of tired of all these techno shruns, and so I started calming down a little bit. Actually, I'm quite a fast producer, so if I have a good idea and I know what the result should look like, it only takes me a few hours to finish the track, and then I need to let it down for a few days and listen to it in clubs, listen to it again, maybe change some settings, and yeah, but the major work is very fast. One thing I really love, if a track is not too static, if it's like moving in certain directions, and if you hear it for the 10th time you can still hear something new. Yeah? And so I really love that. And that's why mainly I use so many layers of sound over each other. And yeah, everything has to be moving and morphing and being organic, absolutely. Very important for me. At the moment I'm more focusing on my own stuff because I've made a lot of remixes and I'm working with Vera in a project, also with DJ Meat, and there will be releases on it as well. But for the next month I'm going to focus on producing own new stuff, maybe if it goes so, maybe make an album out of it, and not take so many remix requests at the moment and more focus a little bit on our own stuff.
Sharing a similar version for music, Reboot and Mannheim's producer Johnny D have recorded a hugely successful mix for Cocoon's Disco Invader CD last year.
I feel very connected to what Johnny does, and we're quite close friends, and he's a really amazing guy. And the idea came up from Cocoon, why don't you two guys do something together? Actually, they wanted to do as a DJ mix in the first place for this Disco Invaders compilation, and well, we said no, actually we don't want to do that, we're more into producing live, and so we did something like a back-to-back live act, and Johnny brought all his equipment to my studio and we hooked everything up and we just made a long jam session. And but then we had to completely change it because you actually couldn't see which tracks are produced by who, and that was kind of necessary for the licensing and for the copyrights, and so we made it a little bit clearer to have, okay, this is a Reboot track, but there are elements of Johnny D in that track, and same opposite, I produced elements into his track, and it was really, really easy to do. It just took us a few hours, and we had lots of fun, and we got very good feedback on that. So I always love to work with people like Johnny. I really like that, and yeah, it was just a very cool thing to do, and I'm actually really happy that Cocoon made that able for us.